Let me show you how to seam your border. We'll assume the first strip is already on the wall or the last segment of the first spool. Take the new strip and overlap the patterns until they match perfectly. Use a squeegee to secure the strip. Then determine how much overlap you have. Use a razor cutter to double cut through the two layers. Making a wavy cut will hide the seam much better. Make sure to use a sharp blade and cut through both layers of the border. Remove the excess from the top layer and then remove the excess from the bottom layer. Notice that the double cut is wavy. Then simply join the two edges and roll the seam lightly. Secure the seam with a seam roller and then wipe away any excess adhesive. Let's look at another example of double cutting a different border. We already have one strip of border on the wall. The next step is to position the new strip over the border on the wall to match up the pattern. Notice how we look for a dominant pattern to match up. Finish pressing the border to the wall and then lift up the edge of the border so that you can very clearly see the underlying pattern to make sure that it is matched up perfectly. Use the squeegee to finish smoothing out the border and pressing it to the wall. At this time, you have an overlap of about 3 to 4 inches. If you're getting ready to double cut between the two layers of border, make sure that you have a new razor blade edge before you make the cut. I recommend that you double cut both layers where there is a pattern which will help hide the seam perfectly. In this case, we'll cut through the small tree and the trunk of the tree. Move the razor cutter to follow the pattern. Then, lift away the top layer. Notice how the cut is wavy and not cut straight. Now, lift the bottom layer. Finally, put the two edges of this border together and you have created a perfect seam. Be sure to wipe off any excess adhesive with a sponge. Then dry off the strip using a soft cloth.